Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Today, I thought I'd look at my everyday carry. These are the things that I take with me when I'm going out and about. Now, I'll be honest, I actually don't go out and about that often. Now I do most of my work from home, but when I go out and about, we'll take a look at what are the things that I take with me, what am I taking them, and how am I using them. So join me now, down on the table, and let's take a look. Welcome down to the table. Slightly different view than you normally see. Normally you only see like this portion of this, but because of what I'm doing, I want to have a little bit more space so you can actually see a little bit more of what's going on. So we're going to take a look at what is in my everyday carry when I'm going out of the house. So the key thing is this. This is the Galen leather A5 folio. This is crazy horse green. Had this a couple of years, as you can see. It's getting some aging on it, looking slightly beat up, which is what I love about leather because it really adds character to it. So it's got a zip closure. So we'll unzip it. And at the moment, you will see it's empty, more or less. So what I've got hanging here, these are the little tags of my Leonardo pens. Then we've got the Evil Eye that the Galen leather product came with. I also have a USB stick. It's not a big one, I think 8 GB. I've got to be honest, in the 2 years that I've had this, I've never used that once, but it's always handy knowing that it's there. So what have we got in here? We've got a side here with a little flap. I've got to be honest, I don't usually use that flap, but it's handy having that there. This side, we've got some slots here. That's where I would put my business card. So there you can just about see my business card. I've hidden it for now. I don't really want to go showing off my personal details. That's why it's hidden. But then we've got a number of slots. You put your credit cards, ID cards, stuff like that in there. We've got this wider slot at the bottom. And then below that, we've got a little pocket. Now, into that pocket, I slot this. This is a pen holder. I've never been able to work out which way it should go. Should it go that way? That does fill up the pocket, but it doesn't seem right to me. I tend to use it that way. Love to know, is there a correct way to use it? If so, please drop a comment down below. In here, this is where I keep my pens. So for this month, my pens are the Wingsun 699. I've then got a Jinhao 9019. This is a chunky pen, bit of a tight fit, so it needs a little bit of encouragement, but it fits in okay. Then I've got a Mr. pen. This is the Parsons Essentials. Next up, I've got a TWSBI Draco. Then I also use here for 2 other pens. I know this bottom one, you can maybe put cables in there, but what I tend to do is I put 2 other pens in. So I've got a Leonardo Ferrari and I've got a Pilot Custom Heritage 92. Nearly forgot the name of the pen then. Now, occasionally, because that's so tight, these ones are wider. So for wider pens, I would put them down there. Then that one fits in nicely. All depends on what I'm feeling like. I said then I would have various cards there. Again, I'm not going to show you my cards. I'm not that brave. Next thing I keep in here is this. This is a B6 notebook. I got it from Desk Bandit. There we are. It's 68 GSM Tomoe River paper. And what I do in here is I actually write the pens I'm using. So I'm recording this early November. So the pens I started my month with, you see, if you watch my pens in use, I use Oxford Optic paper, but I also write the details in here as well. So this is how I know which pen I'm using at any particular time. And what I've noticed there is I haven't written the TWSBI. Oh yes, I have there, TWSBI Draco. Nice paper. Why I use this is there's another slot behind here. So that book just fits in there. What that means is I always have something with me telling me what each pen is and what's in each pen. Nice and handy. Got 2 more things that go in here. The first one, you may think, Gary, why are you doing that? Is this. This is kitchen roll. I fold it up, I put it in here. This bit of roll's been in here about 18 months. It's purely emergencies. If I have an ink spill, if I have an issue with the ink getting leaking or anything, I don't have to use a tissue. I've got this here, so I can use that to mop it up. And if I use it, it just goes in the bin, and I put a new piece in. The other thing that goes in here is an A5 notebook. Now this is the one I'm using at the moment. This is a dirt cheap one. I got it from, I think I got it from a supermarket. This is what I use when I'm taking notes for various videos that I do. Mainly my tricky little questions one. So you can see here my notes. Nice way to test the pens, but it means I've always got an A5 notebook. And I'm what? Only a little bit, maybe 10, 20% of the way through that. So that goes in there, and then the zip, it's up. I do like with this folio, I got my initials put on when I bought it. So that's the folio. I'm going to pop that to one side. So that's fine. If I'm just going somewhere where I can carry stuff, don't need anything else, that can just be carried. But to me, looks a little bit pretentious at times. What I then do is I've got two different messenger style bags. The first one is this. They're actually both made by Crumpler. This is a small one. So if I open this up, I can't actually remember the name. There we are. It's the Skivvy. Now, the Skivvy, and it's small. I've had this, I want to say, about 15 years now. And it's still going strong. Still looks, fairly good condition. Very nice. Inside, I've got one zip pocket. So if I open that up, in here, I've got various items of junk. We'll have a quick look through it. I've got a case here for people's business cards. In here, these are actually face masks, with all the COVID stuff. Although most places you don't need them, I've got some just in case. I've got this. This is a shopping bag. Yeah, so sometimes when I'm out and about, this is a bag I use when I go to a coffee shop. I'll pick up some shopping. I've got some painkillers. I've got, what have I got? Ibuprofen and paracetamol. And they live in there. And as I say, this bag, if I'm going down to a coffee shop, this is generally the bag I take. Why I do that is if I'm just going to the coffee shop, if I'm not going to be doing anything heavy processing wise, all I do is I take this. This is my iPad. This is a 12.9 inch iPad Pro. It's the 4th gen, so it's a few years old. A little bit of weight in it. That fits just nicely in here. This used to fit my 13 inch MacBook Air quite nicely as well. Unfortunately, that MacBook Air, and I no longer use it. It's too old and it was just really clunky. Then in with that goes my folio. Fold it up and then off I go. So that's the bag number one for like coffee shop visits. Let me just unpack this. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. Would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. If I'm going to be out for any longer time than just going down to the coffee shop, if I'm going to need more stuff, if I'm going to need my laptop, I've got another Crumpler bag. This one's a lot bigger. This one, have we got the name of it, is called the Considerable Embarrassment. Again, I've had this, I want to say, about 10 years. So not as long as I've had the other one. But again, for me, it holds up really well. Very, very tough. Messenger style. So I've got my front pocket here, which zips up. In here, let's take out what we've got. Not as much at the moment, because I generally only put into here what I need when I'm taking out. So we've got pockets there for business cards and stuff. I've got some business cards in there. Various pockets inside. I carry in here some ballpoint pens. I know, sacrilege, ballpoint pens, fountain pen channel. They're handy just to have, just in case, as an emergency. And again, like in the other one, I carry my face masks. deliberately have them both set up like this. These are the standard things, so I don't need to remember to put them in. Into here, depending where I'm going, I may put some cables. So if I'm taking a lightning cable, if I'm taking some adapters, they'll go in here. Keeps them nice and handy out of the way. The inside has got 3 pockets. So we've got at the back here, this is a laptop pocket. In here, obviously that's where I put my laptop. Not going to put it in because I'm actually using that to record the audio for this video. But that would go into there. I would also actually fit in there with the laptop, my iPad. So they're both in there. They fit nicely in there. My laptop is a 13-inch MacBook Pro, so they fit quite nicely together. Whoops. If I can avoid hitting the camera. Also into there, then would go my Galen leather. That goes into this front part. And then I've got a third pocket here where I put, if I need to put any little notepads or anything like that, they fit in there nicely. In here, I can get an A4 notebook very comfortably, so I can take them larger notebooks with me. Cables as well, so if I take my power cables for my laptop, they fit in here quite nicely. If I'm taking any plugs or anything, they fit in here quite nicely. So that's my larger, essentially it's an all-day bag. The one thing it is missing, it doesn't have any side pockets. It's got a loop here, but not a pocket. So there's nowhere really to put a bottle of water. So I have to either risk it by putting the bottle inside the bag, a bit risky in case it leaks when you've got, you know, these $1,000 laptops and iPads, or I have to carry that in my hand. So that's my EDC. As I say, main thing that we've got, fountain pen wise, and everything driven from this A5 Folio. So I hope you've enjoyed this very quick tour around my everyday carry. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. What do you take with you when you go out and about? Are there things that you think I should add in, or even are there things that you think I should take out? Please drop a comment down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.